And yes, as you mentioned, we could be hearing today from Governor Northam about when the majority of the state could be allowed to enter phase 3 of the reopening process. At his last news conference on Thursday, he said it was too early for him to decide about going into phase 3, but did say that the data that would guide his decision was trending in a favorable decision. Now, if he does make that decision, the earliest it could happen is this Friday, June 26th, but the exceptions will likely be Northern Virginia and the city of Richmond, which are a week behind the rest of the state in terms of the amount of time that they have been in phase 2. Of course, whenever it does happen, we do have a better idea now of what that will look like, as that was the focal point of last week's news conference. Things like social gatherings up to 250 people, lifting the customer restrictions for non-essential retail and bars and restaurants, although for bars and restaurants there will be physical distancing, and then entertainment venues will be allowed to open up at 50% capacity with a cap of 1,000 people. And we'll also have to see if Governor Northam has anything to say about the ongoing protests here in the city of Richmond, as he has done at the news conferences since the protests began. Working for you at the Capitol Square, Cameron Thompson, CBS 6 News.
And again, we'll have that news conference for you at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Thank you, Cameron. On Monday, the governor said Virginia saw its lowest COVID-19 positivity rate since the pandemic began. Here are today's numbers from the Virginia Department of Health. Since March, there have been 58,994 confirmed cases of COVID-19 here in Virginia. 1,645 deaths have been attributed to COVID-19 here in the state. 847 people remain hospitalized in Virginia for the virus. Another 7,700 others have been treated and released. Nationwide, there is a surge of coronavirus cases. The country has passed another grim milestone, total of 120,000 deaths attributed to COVID-19. In Florida, the number of cases topped 100,000, prompting Miami's mayor to now require wearing protective masks when in public places. This afternoon, members of the White House's coronavirus task force, including Dr. Anthony Fauci, will testify before Congress about the rise in cases. Nationwide protests following the death of George Floyd in Minneapolis show no signs of letting up. In Washington, D.C., demonstrators are taking aim at monuments that have been in place for decades. CBS's Skylar Henry has the latest from the nation's capital.
A statue of President Andrew Jackson is still standing near the White House, just hours after protesters tried to topple it.
We stopped an attack on a great monument, the monument of Andrew Jackson in Lafayette Park. Numerous people are in jail and going to jail today.
Demonstrators have criticized the former president for his role in slavery and the removal of Native Americans from their land. The unrest began Monday afternoon. Protesters broke through a fence surrounding the statue of President Jackson. There are reports police tried to clear the crowd with pepper spray and used a bicycle barricade to push protesters back. A witness tells CBS News she saw rubber bullets being fired.
Protests here in Washington and across the country were triggered after George Floyd died in the custody of Minneapolis police.
Former officer Derek Chauvin, who was seen kneeling on Floyd's neck for almost 9 minutes, has been charged with second-degree murder. But the leader of the Minneapolis Police Union wants to see additional video before commenting on Chauvin and the 3 other officers charged.
We would just like to see what we are entitled to in our agreement, in our policy, is our officers' body camera footage. It may shed some light that we're unaware of. Right now, we cannot make an informed decision regarding the other officers that do not appear on camera.
In Atlanta today, the funeral for Rayshard Brooks will be held, completing a 2-day celebration of his life. Brooks was shot dead when police confronted him earlier this month. Garrett Rolfe was fired after the shooting and now faces felony murder and other charges. His partner, Officer Devin Brosnan, is accused of aggravated assault. Brosnan tells an Atlanta newspaper that Brooks' death is a tragedy, but he believes that he did not do anything wrong. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
Here in Richmond, there was another night of protests as demonstrators gathered outside City Hall. Protesters brought tents, sleeping bags, blankets, and water, saying they were gathering to listen to protest organizers. Just before 1 a.m., Richmond police declared the event an unlawful assembly. And that's the point when tear gas was dispersed and rubber bullets were fired at protesters. Police say they declared an unlawful assembly due to the conditions of the sit-ins. They say people were blocking traffic, entrances, and exits to buildings and impacting public safety. New at noon, state work crews were back out at the Lee Monument this morning, securing the newly placed concrete barriers around the statue and posting the new regulations. That area is now closed from sunset to sunrise daily. The Department of General Services says while many protests have remained peaceful since May, there are safety concerns with the significant increase in pedestrians and bicyclists around the Lee Monument. Officials say the influx of people is blocking traffic and cases of vandalism, trespassing, and noise complaints are on the rise. Today is primary election day here in Virginia, and there are just a few issues on the ballots. There are 2 races here in our metro area that are being decided. The Democratic candidate in the 4th District congressional race and in the Republican candidate who will run against U.S. Senator Mark Warner this fall. Polls will be open until 7 o'clock tonight. Extra precautions are in place. At the main library in Richmond, crews were thoroughly cleaning machines after each person voted. The Virginia Department of Elections is also asking you to wear a protective mask, stay 6 feet away from others, and wash your hands before and after casting your vote. After the polls close this evening, you can get complete election results on our website, WTVR.com, and on the free WTVR app. In other news, a family of 4 was rescued from a tractor trailer that was dangling from a side of a bridge along Interstate 295 in Hopewell this morning. That crash happened around 3:30 a.m. and Hopewell Fire and Rescue led the effort to save them. Police have not released many details about the incident, but say the 4 people in the big rig suffered minor injuries. Police in Henrico and Richmond are investigating 2 separate shooting incidents that left an 81-year-old man dead and a sleeping child wounded. Early Monday, Willie Bo Johnson was fatally shot while sitting in a car parked outside his niece's home on Stony Run Road. We're told the retiree loved to be around family, and if he couldn't sleep, he would go to family members' homes to see if the lights were on.
Hug a loved one. You know, he was a lovable person. He enjoyed family. Don't let something happen to make the phone call to check on your loved ones. Don't wait for something to happen to go and volunteer, or don't let this hit your family like it's hit mine.
Earlier in the day, Crime Insider's sources confirm a 3-year-old girl was shot inside her family's apartment in the St. Luke's community. Those sources say a bullet went through the door and hit the child while she was asleep on the couch. Crime Insider sources say the little girl is hospitalized in critical but stable condition. Henrico police have arrested and charged a man in connection with a shooting that happened Friday. That happened on Bending Branch Drive. The victim drove himself to Richmond City Hall, where he stopped an ambulance to ask for help. 27-year-old Trevon Blakely was arrested yesterday and is charged with malicious wounding, firearms charges, and shooting into an occupied building. We are hearing from some of the women who are accusing a West End radiologist of misdiagnosing cancer patients. As CBS 6 was first to report, the Virginia Board of Medicine has suspended the medical license of Dr. Michael Bigg. The board says Bigg misread the mammograms of 18 patients, telling some they did not have breast cancer when in fact it turned out they did. One of those women says she knew something was wrong even though the doctor was telling her otherwise.
And at that point, I was having some pain in my right breast. And I honestly was expecting him to find something. He did the mammogram again and he said, no, everything looks fine.
Coming up tonight on the CBS 6 News at 11, a problem solvers investigation. 3 of those women spoke to our Melissa Hippolyte, one who says she might have died if she hadn't pushed for answers after noticing a lump in her breast. And Melissa talks to 2 women who say their mother would still be alive if her cancer had been caught earlier. That's a problem solvers investigation tonight, only on the CBS 6 News at 11. A new exhibit opens at the Metro Richmond Zoo, which animals it features and how it gives you multiple views of them. Plus, the FDA says check your hand sanitizer, the brands that could make you sick and why.
You know, the weight of all that muck, leaves, pine needles, acorns, and other debris may have damaged your gutters, causing them to pull away, sag, or even fall off your home. Let me eliminate that problem here at Exterior Source with Leaf Guard. Now look at Leaf Guard. We attach it to the fascia using our patented hanger system with screws, not nails. It's not coming down. Let me keep your gutters clean forever. Leaf Guard, the gutter that never clogs, guaranteed. Remember, LeafGuard is 100% made in the USA to keep America rolling. Why don't you give us a call here at Exterior Source, 1-800-797-3042. Check us out at exteriorsourceva.com. It's our annual half-price sale. Receive half off labor on a complete LeafGuard system. Great financing, no interest for 18 months, and a bonus, a $100 Visa gift card with purchase. Also, ask about a virtual consultation upon request. Call Exterior Source, your LeafGuard dealer, today.
Metadent Supplies knows the uncertainty all Americans are feeling. In the past few months, basic items like paper products and masks have become harder and harder to find. With governors and the CDC recommending you wear a mask in public while we reopen America, Metadent Supplies has all kinds of masks in stock, along with many other items like gloves and thermometers. You can feel confident and safe that Metadent Supplies products are in stock and ready to ship. Visit us today at MetadentSupplies.com.
Hey, are you living with tired floors? Wake them up fast and save a ton of money with the 50 Floor 60% off sale. 60% off carpet, hardwood, tile, vinyl, or laminate. 50 Floor will move your furniture, take away your old floors, install your new floors, clean up, and leave. You're gonna love your new floors. But hurry, 60% off ends at the end of the month. Plus save an extra $100 with promo code Home Improvement. Pay no interest and paid in full in 12 months.
Call 877-50-FLOOR. Pick up the phone, we'll be knocking at your door.
Attention! Do you have Medicare? Did you know that you may qualify to get up to $144 added back to your Social Security check every month? It's easy to see if you're eligible. Just call the Go Medicare Benefits Help Center at 800-865-2185. In addition to receiving $144 every month, you might also qualify for a $0 Medicare Advantage plan that includes the following benefits: dental, including fillings, exams, and dentures; vision, including exams, frames, lenses, and even contacts; hearing, including hearing aids and batteries; and prescription drug coverage, all at no additional cost. The Go Medicare Benefits Help Center is open now at 800-865-2185. Both the call and the consultation are 100% free with absolutely no obligation to enroll. Call the Go Medicare Benefits Help Center now at 800-865-2185. That's 800-865-2185.
Here's today's James River Air Comfort Report.
James River Air stands ready with solutions to keep you safe and comfortable.
Stay comfortable. Call James River Air.
The Food and Drug Administration has a warning about some of those hand sanitizers that are available for you to buy. They say products made by Esk Biochem contain dangerous amounts of methanol, which is poisonous. It can be toxic when absorbed through the skin and potentially fatal when swallowed. The FDA has contacted the manufacturer and is advising people who have the sanitizer to throw it out. Brands made by the company include All Clean Hand Sanitizer, Clean Care No Germ Advanced Hand Sanitizer, and the Good Gel Antibacterial. Turning to Wall Street, the Nasdaq hit a new record high in morning trading. Stocks were up overall as the White House said the U.S.-China trade deal is not over. Here are the midday numbers. The Dow has picked up 244.25 points at 26,269. The Nasdaq is up 130 2/3 at 10,187. First time over 10,000. S&P 500 up 31 points at 3,148. We'll have the day's closing numbers later on the CBS 6 News at 5:30. New at noon, the Metro Richmond Zoo is now back open, and they've got a new exhibit for you to enjoy as well. The zoo has a new upgraded habitat for its African clawless otters, Pilly and Max. They call it Otter Cove, and this is 5 times the size of the otter's previous habitat at the zoo, and it will allow you to come face to face with the otters at 4 different vantage points. Look like they're having fun. Speaking of animals, for the second time in weeks, a baby cow is found wandering in the city. Animal control officers, what they're saying about this unusual discovery. Tom, no cows in the backyard, right?
Not yet. I'll tell you what, if there is, I'll let you know. Keep an eye out, though. Man, that would be awesome, right? All right, you know what? I know it seems like it's going to storm or rain every day, but it's not. We do have some dry days in the 7-day forecast, so we'll talk about that as well coming up.
Now, a commitment to investigations matters more than ever. CBS 6 News, working for you.
Enjoy a small business feel with the trust of a national brand. Rebath will design your space and install your new bathroom while keeping your family safe. Call 804-729-8213 and save $1,000 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Our fascia wrap provides an extra layer of protection against water damage with a secure foundation to attach Leaf Guard. Give us a call here at Exterior Source to ask about Leaf Guard. Leaf Guard has been lab tested to handle up to 32 inches of rainfall an hour. Listen to Julia tell you why she gave us a call about Leaf Guard.
I have had regular gutters in the past.